Alright everybody, welcome back to Friday. It's still cloudy. It's been raining off and on all day. It's almost 1 in the afternoon and we're just now leaving Katy. We still have to stop and get fuel in the RotaPax there and top off the Navi because it's going to be a little bit thirsty on this trip. It's going to get less than half the economy that this one does, which is just nuts. Okay, let's see. Let's do the weather report and see if I can do two hands here. There we go. About 3 o'clock it's supposed to start raining again. All right. Down to a 50% chance of rain here, which is a good thing. Current conditions, 78% humidity, very humid. Let's see if I can get my allergy report this time. Is it going to come up? Nope. Their service might be down. This is Allergy Plus. I've been using it lately, but for some reason, they don't want to show us the allergy forecast. That's okay. We got to go. We got to go. We got to go. Turn on comms. Did you try your comms yet? I don't even know if they're still linked up. Check, radio check.
Test.
Well, let's see if we need to relink them. Nope, that ain't it.
Which button do I press?
That's what I gotta remember. I think we hold the top one down. Yeah. Hold the top one down, yep. You're good.
I love that. How it just
clicks on. Yeah, the magnetic.
Yeah.
That is awesome. It says searching for group. So.
Alright, I think we're recording.
Technical difficulties. We haven't used these headsets in a while. Grouping succeeded.
There.
It keeps saying searching for group, and then finally it just drops and goes, group succeeded, you know.
Exactly.
Yours has been done. It flashed green several times already. Okay, let's head over to Walmart and...
You know, it feels so strange to have no clutch.
No clutch, man. And if that's not the right angle you want, you can, crank this thing, loosen it and straighten it, do whatever. I would use the little rubber thing along the bottom, though, just to make sure it hangs onto your phone. Because I had retention problems with it on the Riker and even on the Cub. I hit a big bump on the Cub and my phone went banging out of it. Yeah, it was when I first got my S21 Ultra.
Oh, yeah.
And I lost it over there by that park on Eldridge.
Searching on the...
yeah. And I went all over the place.
Highway 6 or something.
Yeah, and I found it that next day, laying on the side of the road, face up. Or face, I can't remember if it was face up or face down.
How do I check the camera thing on this, like the live feed?
Don't worry about it. You'd have to go to live feed, but don't worry about it, because you got to link your phone via Wi-Fi to the camera and all that nonsense.
Oh.
As long as it's facing forward, you're good. Anyway, all right, off we go.
All right.
This thing is really pregnant in the back. It's very heavy. I can feel it. Yeah. Got that water on one side, so I've got like 15 pounds more on the right side. Get that weight evened out back there, it'll feel better. Load it up with fuel and away we go. So I've got the box loaded pretty heavy back there with camping gear. I've got 2 full camp sets, mine and Josh's, because he can't really carry much on the Navi. 2 camp chairs, all kinds of stuff, and then plus the fuel and the water that will be on there. So that trailer is going to be loaded up extra heavy, probably a little heavier than I was running it on Cannonball, and that was a problem with Cannonball when we Adrian and I overloaded those trailers and they were swaying and very unstable back there. So hopefully I don't end up in that situation today. We'll find out. If so, then I'm going to have to dump water and figure out a different solution for the fuel. I could repack the box back there a little bit. I could put more of the weight in this roll bag on my back rack and less in the trailer. I've got it all distributed very much forward in the trailer, which is how you should have it. So I don't know, I'll find out. Got to get used to hauling the heavy trailer again. It's definitely a different dynamic. Turn in is late and you feel it settle and go heavy after you tip in. It's strange. Whoa. Uh-oh, this side's full. Yep, this side's full. Can you hear me, Josh?
So, yes.
Yeah, stop over there.
Over here, just open.
Yeah, go on that side, because this side's full. I'll pull around the other side of you.
So you're going to fill the...
I'm going to fill that up, and then this as well, yeah. So both will be loaded.
Almost full, but it can take a few drops.
Yeah, it runs out fast. That thing only holds a gallon, and it's not the most efficient mule. Wide open on the back roads, it's only getting like 65 miles to the gallon, which means it goes to reserve at like 55. So in case I forget to remind you, as you're running, when it gets down close to that E, you need to reach down here and flip it to reserve while you're riding. Because if you don't, it's going to flame out, and then it's hard to get it running again without coming to a full stop.
Is like that, right?
Up, yeah. You rotate backwards or up. Yeah.
Damn, that gasket is on there.
Ain't it tight?
Yeah.
Just
I can't
crank it.
Leverage on it.
Yeah, I know. It's got a little
There we go.
barb or something in the lid that makes it hard to rotate.
Come on now.
I know.
Let
me see it. Let me see it. Yeah, there's a little barb right at the edge that doesn't want to rotate. I don't know if it's on here or on the neck of the tank. I've always had that problem with it.
I've got your card.
No, I've got it.
Oh, okay.
Oop. Now the ground has it. Please lift nozzle. Alright, let's top her off. Cheapy gas. And the way this lid hinges backwards, it's kind of right in the way of where you need to be, because the bars are forward of it. So it's like, all right, now what am I going to do here? Got to be at just the right angle. I'm going to get this thing
up too?
Sure, why not? I'm going to get this thing as pregnant as possible. I'll go ahead and fill mine too while I'm at it. Just top mine off. I've got 35 miles in that tank. Okay, I don't know if I can get much more in there. That's about as full as she's going to get. Set it over here. Come around. You always want to put containers on the ground because you can get static discharge because of the flowing liquid, and that's a bad day. Hey! Not even near full, but that's full. Didn't leave any room for expansion. Okay. Yeah, you got it. Making
How
a
does
damn
this
mess.
thing come out?
Just
Oh,
tilt it. Yeah. It's just glued in because it's been on there so long. There. Got it. Sure wish we'd gotten out about 9 a.m. 4 hours ago. We'd be almost in Austin right now.
Sunset or so by the time.
Yeah, it's going to be 5:30-ish. It'll take us 4 hours to get there. We don't know what traffic looks like, but I'm sure it's not going to be pretty. I can't tell where we're at in that tank. How many gallons do we have there? What's it say?
2.3.
That's about it right there.
Oh shit.
20. That's going to do. Oh yeah, it's right up to the neck. Okay, we are super full. We got enough to get there. Actually, why not? Oh, it's stuck. Just keep wrapping it. Yeah, don't worry. Is it leaking?
No, I was just checking the seal.
Yeah, it's okay, but it kind of leaks out over time. Can you come over here and hold this so I can get my seat open? I don't want to drop that, and I don't want to kick that thing over by accident. Just don't squeeze the handle. Okay. Got it. Is it coming? Yeah, it's coming. That's good enough. Okay. Get in there. Get the hell in there. Okay. Put this back together. Now look at that. Corrosion from the...
$7 on the dot.
Yeah, I saw that. I was shooting for something along there, but I just got lucky. Oh, I forgot. Yes, I would like a receipt. $7. 2.6 gallons. Filled up the Navi, this tank, and topped off mine and your spare. So, we're good. We've definitely got enough fuel to get where we want to go, and we're just going to be back roading it at 50 miles an hour.
Where did the cap go?
Right here.
Yeah.
There's a super tight cap. 22.6, 2.6 gallons for all that. I'll figure it later. Okay then, hit the road. There we go. Okay then. Eau de petrol. Got a new cologne. Forward! Forward! There you go.
There we go.
It's like a turtle. Ugh, hope I don't dump this thing. Turtle it. It's a little heavy with the trailer on the back. And the trailer has its own momentum. Once it starts going that way, you really got to fight against it because it's it pushes the back of the bike in a weird angle that you normally wouldn't have to deal with. Okay, we're just going to go kind of up our normal route. We'll do, I say we just do surface streets. Let me do where to COTA and see, cancel, back, settings, navigation, avoidances, highways, ferries. I don't think we want to take any ferries, do we? Avoid carpool lanes. There we go. Save. Back. Where to? Let's go to... I think I've got Circuit of the Americas in here. Saved. No, I don't. Circuit of the Americas, Texas. it is a waypoint in there, whether it's mine or someone else's. So it says 116 miles. I kind of doubt that. It feels further than that to me. I think it's 130 something, back roads only, but we're gonna find out. Okay,
Let's do it.
let's take the surface streets and meander our way toward Austin. Oh, that trailer is heavy. On the way back, we won't have the water and the other stuff, and I'll try to get rid of a lot of that fuel. There's a switch. On this bike, I have it right underneath the tail light, on the like the underside of the tail light frame, and I can turn it off. For the Super Cub, I've got a switch up on the front leg shield near the handlebars where I can turn it on and off. Let's go over. We'll just go the back roads. Stay away from this because it's going to be ugly. And just remember to keep a light handle on the bars on that thing once you get to higher speeds, because it gets a little sketchy above 45. And the more bar input you give it, the worse it gets.
Yeah. These gloves are nice.
Yeah, I got those a long time ago. Actually, when I was off-roading the XT.
Really?
Yeah, so those things I got back in 2016. They're damn near 10-year-old gloves. Mechanics Impact. They're pretty good for off-road stuff.
Still working good.
Yep.
And they're fitting nice too.
Yeah, they're good good for airflow, summertime riding. I rode those through all the stuff I did in the mountains off-road when I did that 360 or 370 miles, whatever it was, all that exclusive off-road. I was off the grid for a couple of days. Ran out of water, damn near died of heat stroke.
Jeez.
It's brutal. It was brutal out there in the hills, way up high in the mountains and stuff, because there was no air moving. It was just 100% humidity. 101, 102 degrees static temp with high humidity, and I had
underneath you and all that.
Oh yeah, and just all the billy goat mountain climbing crap that I was doing. You couldn't really build up enough speed to get the air flowing past you to cool off, and I had 3 or 4 liters of water on me, but I burned through it all, and I was still out in the middle of nowhere. I was like, all right, crap, I need to find I need to find civilization sometime sooner rather than later, because it's going to get ugly. Ooh, can you see the trailer swaying around back there? Yeah. I might have to work on that, readjust some of the weight, get some of the heavier stuff in the roll bag on the rear parcel of this. I've noticed that the trailer pushes this bike around and tends to wag a lot more than on the Cub, and I don't know what it is. It's got to be something to do about the steering head angle, or something is different about the trail versus the Super Cub. Maybe, yeah, but I never feel the trailer really swaying around back there much. But as soon as I hook up the same configuration, same weight, same everything, from this over to the Cub, it's stable. But on this, it kind of sways around. I don't know. It's weird. It's got to be a steeper steering angle or something like that. If it continues bothering me, I'm going to dump that water, and that'll take 12 or 14 pounds off the right side. No, the same, 17 inch. Actually, these are a little bit wider as far as the tires are concerned. Yeah, I could put a bunch of the heavy shit in the roll bag and move, 10 or 15 pounds out of that trailer and put it up on the rear rack, and I wouldn't feel it so much, I'm sure. Rest your fingers on or hang on to it to stop, yeah. The brake. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll figure out how bad this is underway, but even right now it's swaying around a lot. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm going to have to work on that. I'm going to have to dump that water. Because I normally don't run, I normally run with both of the fuel tanks pretty full on both sides, or at least 3/4 full, but of course gasoline fuel weighs just a little bit less than water, specific density, but I don't know, it's feeling unbalanced compared to days of old, so I need to rework it. Just pull it off of there and shuffle. Might, yeah, I don't know. I've got an extra rock strap. I could probably do that. I was mainly just hauling the water to balance the fuel on the other side, you know. But if it keeps it up, I will try a different tack. I think just putting some of the heavy stuff that I've got in the lower front of the box into the roll bag would help. Well, no, actually with trailers you always want the weight to be forward. You want it to be closer to the hitch, because when you put it to the back it creates more of a pendulum effect, and once it starts swinging you're in trouble. There you go, right. Yeah, somewhere we'll get a little bit out of traffic, find a good stopping spot, maybe pick up a drink or something at one of those convenience stores out 529 or whatever, and I'm going to readjust some of this load, I think. I should have weighed the box just to know what it weighs. I can't imagine it's more than 35 pounds, maybe 40 pounds tops. It's just got to be the way I have it loaded or something. Well, no, I'm just talking the box only. The trailer is very heavy right now, no doubt, because I've got at least 25 pounds worth of water and fuel hanging off the sides, and that's lateral. It's, you know, separated far apart, so it creates a lot of inertia to twist the trailer frame. But the box itself, I think I'm only hello? Oh, hey, my phone auto answered. Josh and I are just now getting out of Katy. We had family and work stuff, so I'm still 3.5, 4 hours out. We're looking at probably close to 5 o'clock by the time we get there. I know, I was trying to avoid that, but we're on the mini-motos, so that won't be a bad thing. You know, we'll be trundling along slow. Okay, sounds good. All right, bye. Huh? Yeah, we're going to be stopping for fuel quite a few times for the Navi, so I'll let you know when we're, you know, about an hour and a half, 2 hours out. Okay, bye. Okay, sorry, you were talking and the Cardo cut out right then because Kevin called and it auto-answered. That was very strange. Kevin was trying to find out how close we were. We're not. we're just leaving. This temperature's good though. I can deal with this for road trip weather, as long as it doesn't start pissing rain on us. Yep. Yeah, over here at the church. My dad got a Malibu. Yeah, that was his last car. Yeah, Sharon took everything. Yeah, Dad didn't have a will or anything like that, and Sharon hated me from day one, so she took everything. It's alright, whatever. Yeah, she is just a very unpleasant person. I wouldn't piss on her if she was on fire, unless I had just drank a gallon of kerosene. Just speed up that immolation a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's just so unpleasant. She went out of her way to just be nasty to me, evil to me. Like, what is your problem? And then she kept trying to treat me like a third-rate stepchild or a slave, even when I was in my mid-20s. And I was like, look, bitch, I've been an adult since I was 15. I don't need to take shit from you, and you're certainly not my boss or my kin, so don't think you've got any room to boss me around. Yeah, this is the long end of Kingsland over here, and it kind of runs out into 1464 or something like that. I can't remember what the farm to market road is, but it kind of over here, and then it takes you back roads over by Alt 90 and the back entrance to Buc-ee's and all that. Mom and I used to ride bikes on this route. They called it the Katy Fulshire Loop because you can end up out here in the edge of Fulshire. Right lane. Damn, everybody wants to turn left? What's the deal? 500 feet, right on Pin Oak.
Smell of canola oil.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to Burger King in a long time.
I used to like Burger King back in the day because they did flame broiled burgers, so they had a different flavor to it. You know, it's that slightly charred beef fat flavor, you know. And it was good, but I don't know. All of them changed to crappy meat 15 plus years ago, 20 years ago. And it was weird because I got sick at Wendy's, Burger King, and Hardee's. All three of those chains in Oklahoma. Yeah, I got really, really sick from the meat. And I could tell that something didn't taste quite right. You know, I took a couple bites of it and the meat just tasted a little off, but I couldn't quite place it, you know, and I was hungry, so I kept eating it. And oh man. It was like, oh yeah, like dysentery diet, full clean out, blowing out both ends for days and days. I was sick. Meat poisoning. So, I don't know if it was salmonella or I have no idea. Just, I never went back. Never went back. Yep. Not healthy stuff anyway. Jump over. We got 3/4 of a mile before we get to Alt 90. Take our back road up 529 and all that stuff that we usually ride on the weekends. Yeah, there you go. Let's have her sit on top of the trailer. Hit it, you go. You're out pulling me. I've got this trailer. I'm pinned open and I can't catch up. Navi power. 110 cc's of angry fury. 110 angry squirrels in that cage.
Are there drum brakes on this?
Yeah, drum front and rear. Yeah, you gotta crank into those binders if you want to stop.
Yeah.
It's not likely you're, it's not likely you're gonna lock them up. You'd have to really get in them to seize it up. Half a mile, we're gonna turn left on Alt 90, so I guess kind of up there where those cars are at that next light. Yeah, that intersection up there where everybody stopped, it looks like that's it. Yeah, jump over. I got the door for you, jump in. So this battery was as flat can get. I mean, I turned it on and there was nothing. It was just dead. So below probably 8 volts or whatever it takes to light everything up. And I took a trip to the warehouse to pick up the trailer, and it was already charged up enough to work. And this is just this is the original crappy lead acid battery, the sealed lead acid. It's not even the lithium. Yeah, I don't think I did. I'll have to look back on my maintenance notes. I know I put one in the Cub, but I don't think I ever put one in this. But it charged back up. I was surprised. I brought a fresh one home to put in it. Yeah, I brought a fresh one home to put in it, but I didn't want to pull all the plastics and the crap apart to get to the battery.
Once they go like below a certain amount, they just go.
Yeah, yeah. Once they get down to a certain point, they just, that's it, game over. Lead acids, usually once they drop down below 7 volts, they're not coming back. At least not completely. They might get up to 11 or, you know, barely 12 volts, but they're not going to get up to their full charge. Lithiums,
Jump kit?
no, I didn't.
Case?
No, I mean, you can kickstart this one, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That one you can't, so, you know. Well, yeah, you can on that one, too. I was thinking the PCX. PCX, you can't kickstart. There's no kickstart. That one's got a Kickstarter on the left, over here by the kickstart, the center stand. I've kickstarted that one many a time. Before I put the lithium in there, it was kickstart affair.
Forever life.
Yeah, you run out ahead. Go 8 miles down to Bain Street, whatever that is. I think it's 529 or something. It's one of the normal routes that we take. All the way out past the Amazon warehouse and all that. And jump over left. You got it if you go now.
Road fire's got somebody.
Yep. You go. You're right, they're gone. Oh man, Iron Supply, they are gone. You're correct. Huh. Oh no, they moved. They told me they were moving. I forgot about that. So we're gonna pass it. It's out here closer to Buc-ee's, the back entrance of Buc-ee's. So yeah, they told me, I don't know, a year and a half, whenever it was, when I got the Hunter, that they were going to be moving to a new warehouse and they were going to start selling Indian and some other stuff. Yeah, it's pretty laid back. Apparently the new showroom is supposed to be even nicer, bigger and super fancy. Yeah, maybe we can swing by there sometime. Yeah, well, way back it'll be Sunday, unless we sleep at the track again Sunday night and leave Monday. But motorcycle shops aren't open Monday either, usually, so just come out here one afternoon. Yeah. Yeah, go around him. We got people up our ass. Hey, we're out in the Bluebonnet season for this ride. We're going to see a bunch of Bluebonnets on the highway. Yeah. Yeah, so that iron supply new location is supposed to be up here somewhere. We may have passed it already, but I think it's ahead in that next section. Yeah, I didn't either, but they told me that it was up here along this back run close to Bucky's back entrance. I don't know. New showroom. It's supposed to be bigger, fancier. Yeah, it might be off. Yeah, it might be off Highway 90. I don't know. We'll look it up. So I got 4 more miles and we'll hang a right on Baines, whatever that is. I think that's 325 or 329 or whatever that is. For some reason I can never commit to memory the highway numbers out here. I just remember where to turn. Yeah. Do you have your high beam on? Okay. That LED in that thing is pretty bright, but I still run with the high beam on during the day just to have a little extra edge. turning to right in a half mile, so not this light, but the next light up. That's our normal route that we take. It's the same thing we always do. $3.59, that's the one we always take. I think. Feels like it, looks like it. Yeah, not this light, but the one right after it. Starting to get some sprinkles. Looks like it's been raining pretty good out here. We got ponded water over in the grass and the median, so maybe the... Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Maybe it's rained itself out. Let's hope. Yeah, as we start heading a little bit more west, we should have it kind of behind us. At least that's what the weather forecast was showing. Right now we're fighting it. What an asshole. Well, just an asshole, period. I mean, Jesus, the guy pulled out in front of us instead of just waiting, because there's nothing but empty road in front of us. Or in behind us, rather. Moo cow. turning right in 1 mile on 359. He's telling us there's cops, so watch your speed. 40, so yeah, watch it. Poor man's radar. Yes, I saw at least parts of it. They've had 2 or 3 updates on it, trying to figure out, you know, what's going to become of those cops and, you know, or the cop, whatever. But, I mean, it's freedom of speech. Yeah, it's freedom of speech. I mean, the guy's just a butthurt tyrant, and he decides to arrest somebody for laughing at him. Yeah, hang a right on 359, quarter mile. Yeah, stop sign. Right, lost qualified immunity. So what that can boil down to, what it can boil down to is a kidnapping charge, well, actually armed kidnapping, because it's under color of law, you know, threat of violence. So that's armed kidnapping, and that is a felony that could put the cop away for a very, very long time. Violations, First Amendment and Fourth Amendment violations, yeah. Yeah, that guy does not need to be a cop ever again anywhere. The problem with all that is those cops will resign, or they'll get fired for, you know, bad behavior, whatever. But they can just go to the next town right over. Just go get hired somewhere else, which is just absolute garbage, because the Brady list is supposed to prevent a lot of that. So what really needs to happen is any department that hires, irrespective of somebody that's on the Brady list or doesn't consult, you know, the Brady list to whatever, then those departments should be held liable for everything that that cop does. Not the city, not the taxpayers. And that's the other big deal, is all those lawsuits are paid for by the citizens. They're not paid for by the police union. They're not paid for by the pension funds, none of that. You got to hit those assholes in their wallets, and then they won't do it anymore. There's got to be real punishment, because there's no punishment if someone else is paying your tab. Yeah, well, what really needs to happen is the individual departments, the agencies, sheriff's departments, police departments, whatever they are, they should have to carry their own insurance and surety bonds, and all of the officers, the commissioned officers, should also have to carry basically malpractice insurance, just like medical professionals do. And if you can't maintain your malpractice insurance, then you can't be a cop anymore. And that'll go a long way toward getting rid of these tyrants with a badge. A lot of them are, yes. They're a lot of them are privately incorporated. They're not even part of the city. They're their own little business unit. And business is the correct word, because they generate revenue only for themselves, and then they share it with other city and county money coffers, you know, slush funds, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, most of them are just revenue generating entities. That's all they are. Taxation through citation. Yep. Fucking road pirates. Armed road pirates. Yeah, it's just accepted. Everybody just knows that that's the routine instead of fighting against it. It's not, you know, the oath that every commissioned officer has to swear to is to uphold the Constitution for the state and the country in which they live, and to serve and protect that community. Well, they're not serving and protecting, they're punishing and extorting, you know. It's fleecing the public. It's the us or them mentality. Instead of them being public servants, they're the bullies. Yeah, exactly. They're the bullies with the guns. And I don't know what it is with all the agencies now. Every friggin' police department, every sheriff's department, every constable's department, every one of these motherfuckers, you look at them and they are tatted up everywhere. They got full sleeve tats all over them. That's just fucking ridiculous. When I was in law enforcement back in the early 90s, you couldn't have tats, and if you did, they had to be covered up by your sleeves or your clothing. And military was the same way. You could have them on your arms, you know, above your sleeve line, whatever it was, but they had to be covered. And this, you know, macho ink mentality these days, it's all these fucking personality disorder types, narcissists, and fucking narcissists and meatheads and all that get in there just because they want to go fuck with people. They're not there to serve and protect. They're there to enforce their will and raise hell with a gun. And so many of them are just itching. They're just looking for the fight, you know. They go in with the attitude, just fucking with somebody that to try to make the civilian, you know, the subject of their anger, to make them mad, so they'll fight back or bow up or, you know, talk back or whatever, and then that's all the instigation they need. They'll rough them up, pepper spray them, beat the shit out of them, shoot them, whatever it is. They're just itching for that fight. But if they knew it was going to come out of their wallet, they might end up losing qualified immunity, or not having it to begin with, then that shit would be a non-starter. At 2 miles, we're going to turn left on 529. That's where that convenience store is that we always stop at. Fast truck coming up on the left. Are you just leaving it pinned open or a little off of the stop? Yeah, there you go. You can run it at like 90%, but it won't really make too much difference in speed. You don't really feel it banging off of a rev limiter or anything like that. Not like the PCXs do. It just kind of slows down a little bit. It kind of chokes back. Yeah, left. Yeah, it's really been raining out here. Look at all this water. Yep. Most of the rainfall was north of us. I was watching on the radar. Started late yesterday afternoon, or evening rather, and midnight-ish. It was already raining out here. Were you the first time we rode out to Austin on the 500s? Were you 13 or 14? Can't remember. Yeah, no, you didn't have your license, not even close. I know you weren't older than 14. That was the year that we went out there and we had to camp in the parking lot because the mud was so thick. Yeah, they moved everybody out of it and put us on the blacktop. Yeah, we're gonna end up with that again this time. All that clay, it's gonna be sticky. Yeah, it depends on how much it's been raining out there, because it won't matter much. It's just going to be nasty everywhere. Yeah, that's it. Let him run. I don't know why this truck is staying behind us. He could have gone around a long time ago. Yeah, surprisingly, the trail with the trailer behind it and the Navi are pretty closely matched on their top speed. I can slowly gain on you if I pin mine open and leave it there, because I'll start climbing past 53, 54 miles an hour and catch up with you. But for all practical purposes, they've got the same top speed right now. Yep. Oh yeah. 10,000 miles in slow motion. 10,000 miles. 23 days at wide open throttle, 12 plus hours a day. Yep. Well, watch your fuel, because when it starts getting low, we need to refill it. You're probably half a tank right now. Yep, yep. Downhill run. Like we might be heading towards some rain. That's looking pretty dark ahead of us. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yep, Bluebonnets and Indian paintbrushes, the orange ones. Yep. Every time I see these wide open fields, I just think about tearing ass across it on a CR125 or 250, just roosting and standing it up. Rat, 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 rat. Yeah, that's what made the Cannonball ride somewhat tolerable on the Super Cubs, is the fact that Adrian and I were loaded out identical. We had the same bikes, the same trailers, roughly the same weight. I could go slightly faster than him on flat road and downhills, but he could out-pull me a little bit uphill because he was geared shorter than I was. So we were almost dead even match. So no matter how slow we were going or how stuck we were going up an incline in the Rockies, we were right there together. Yeah, same speed. So it didn't matter how hard we rode or whatever, we're always hanging right with each other. The only time we would ever split up is when he would run out of gas. I could go a little bit longer than he could, so I'd go another 5 or 10 miles down the road sometime, and then I would stop and he would pass by me, or we would, you know, reconnect when I'm refilling. Yeah, one of these times you should try doing the Cannonball. I think you would have really enjoyed 21 Cannonball. It was hard and it was brutal, but it was such an amazing experience. All the wide open states up in the north that we rode through, and all on country roads, you know, back highways and dirt and gravel roads and stuff like that. You'd never see that stuff on an interstate. And it was just amazing. I mean, you'd come up over a hill like this one in front of us, and it would just be mountains and plateaus and fucking desert in front of you. It's just wow. And then you have to stop and think about how tiny you are out in the middle of that shit on a little itty bitty motorcycle. Like, holy fuck, what am I doing out here? Well, it's training and conditioning. You get used to it after a few days, really. You adapt. You just kind of get numb to it. But it is a matter of conditioning. Just like riding a road bike, you got to build yourself up to long distances on it because it hurts your cheeks. Those little cubs never failed us, man. They were just absolute little rock stars. The what? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. It really depends. Most of the people in the Grom community, it's the same engine. They say that around 20,000 miles, it's probably a good idea to do a top end on it. You know, check the valve, seats, and all that, and timing chain idler if you haven't done it already, tensioner idler thing, and you know, at least check your rings and bore and all that. So if you've already got it that far apart, you might as well just put a fresh piston and rings in it because you've already got it apart. Give you a little bit better compression, give you some horsepower back. It'll be interesting to see what the bore looks like, you know, the condition of the piston and all that in there when we open them up. I'll do Adrian's old bike first because it's sounding really rough. I don't even want to ride that thing, it sounds so bad. And he kept up the maintenance on it. What's that? Yeah, I mean, wide open for 10,000 miles. Yeah, I'm sure it wore down everything in there a little bit. But I mean, he kept up with the maintenance, changed the oil all the time and all that, but his bike was running a little bit harder than mine, closer to redline all the time, where mine was spinning slower because of the up gearing I did on that front sprocket. Yeah, so I think that was a really good choice on my side. And it wasn't a huge difference, but you know, 550 or 600 RPM when you're talking about, you know, 9,000 RPM or whatever, so 9,000 instead of 9,500. Well, yeah, I mean, we're getting into much higher piston speed there. Yeah, I mean, that's a higher piston speed as far as the reciprocating mass is concerned, and the faster you make it sling back and forth, the more it rocks the piston side to side in the bore and kind of ovals it out and wears up your rings and all that. So yep. Okay. Yeah, wherever you find your driveway, keep going a little further. Let's go up and around the next bend. If you can make it 3 miles, we're going to be turning on Main Street anyway, so I'm sure there'll be something. Yeah, temperature dropped about 10 degrees. Chugga chugga. Going uphill. Losing power. Losing speed. Yeah, and I'm wide open. I've been wide open. Yeah, 2 miles we'll be turning right, so we'll just pull off the road and put on the rain jacket, whatever. Yeah, it's starting to rain now. to sting on the knees a little bit. Three-quarter mile, right? Bellville. Yeah, pull in anywhere you can see that might have a little cover. There's a fuel station up here somewhere, I remember. We're turning right at the lights in a half a mile, so. Ugh. Yeah, there's a fuel station up there on the right. We can pull in there. Get under the... Yeah, correct. Stretch the cheeks for a minute. Oh, don't forget to turn the ignition off. Save the battery. Okay. Hey, there's a dry spot right where my ass was. And where did I hide that rain suit? Oh, I put it back here. I put it in the box back there. I think I did. Those are the pants? Huh. Oh, those are the pants. Well, I guess I put the jacket. We have. Yeah, we have. We stopped here for fuel on the bigger bikes many times. Down there. Yeah, we came here with Mom and the girls and one of the road trips. I can't remember where we were going, but we've been here before, just us. I'll just put this big thing on, I don't care. I know I got the that yellow rain jacket. It's buried. There it is, frog hook. I'm gonna hit it. You want pants? They should be big enough to slide it on over the shoes. If you want the jacket, I got a jacket too. So you don't have, you're gonna put the big one on? Okay. You want to fuel up now or wait? I'll get the fuel off of here, lighten the load on the trailer. We're already wet, so they're sticky trying to get them on. Alright, put this away. I'll wear the yellow monkey suit. I'll leave my rain jacket for later, so it's not flapping around. That's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can cinch them up. Yep, yep. This SHOEI has been around the country and back and forth a few times. Nah, I'm not gonna mess with it. Looking for paper towels. Nah, hey, they've got paper towels. Sweet. That's all I need. Nah, I'll wait until we get further out there. I might be able to make it as it is, as long as we don't get into really crazy crosswinds and it starts making it flop around. But we're only doing 50, 52, and it's still controllable at that speed. If I get above that, I got up to above 55 and it started really getting tail happy. Fold the hood in and cover me up. If I can get a hold of the silly armhole, there it is. Okay then. Ready when you're ready. Ask her. All right.
Back to the drink.
Yep. It's looking a little thick. Hopefully it blows through and we're not just riding into a thicker part of it. We'll find out. Okay then. Ugh. Yeah, they won't offer a lot of protection in the case of a crash, but for just, you know, keeping the rocks and the pebbles and the crap off your hands, they're pretty good. All right, you go. We're headed out. Go out there, hang a right, and we go around that Capitol building looking thing in the middle of the road. I don't know if you remember that. Woo, steamy in the helmet. And watch out for those tires. They're a little on the slippery side if you get into you know, pavement seams and, you know, wet patches and all that. They're not the grippiest tires. Ooh, but what'd you say? Better? Not as cold? Yep. Well, as dry as can be with wet clothes on under a rain suit. Yeah, it's been that way for the last several years. Flags are always half-mast these days. It's rare to see them flying high anymore. There's always something that's a major issue, you know. So we just keep going 36 miles. We just keep going straight toward Brenham. I guess it's taking us a different route, but whatever. Into the thick of it now. No, I don't need to. I'm barely one tick off of full right now. Yeah, this thing gets, at these speeds, it gets over 100 miles to the gallon, just like the Cub. That little Navi is getting about 60. Yeah, correct. Wind has definitely shifted. It's not behind us. Yeah, it's coming diagonally ahead of us. Well, if it gets too thick and you don't want to ride, we'll just pull off somewhere and wait out the rain a little bit. It's coming down pretty good. That's what I was going to say. It's coming down good. It's stinging on the knees right now. Woo! Little needles. Exactly. That's almost a white out ahead. Look at that. Goodness. It's coming down. Yep. Whiteout. Yeah, even the cars are going slow with their emergency flashes on. This shit's coming down. Woo! Already? Usually they last a little longer than that. You're getting chili swamp balls, eh? Yeah, these thin frog togs don't last a long time at highway speeds. They usually develop little micro tears all over the place, but it shouldn't have ripped through already. Yeah, well, there's a cycle gear up in the Austin area. We can always go over there and look for some better rain pants. Of course, we probably won't need them on the way back. It's not going to be raining, I don't think. It's not in the forecast anyway. I'm wondering why my head's getting wet. I've got the friggin' crown vent open on this helmet. Yeah, true. That Arkansas trip that I took with Neil and Adrian on the XT250, pulling this trailer, almost the entire trip was like this right here. It was just rain non-stop. Oh, it's so friggin' annoying, man. We finally had 2 days on the way back. It was like a 6-day trip. The 2 days on the return side of the journey were reasonably dry, but the rest of it was just a friggin' washout. Got about 9.5 miles, we'll be turning right. It's a little ways, basically up here at Brenham, we'll be hanging a right. Can't see shit. All the tire mist and the fog inside the visor. Woo. Couple of fast cars coming up on the left that are probably going to try to pass us at the last second. Yep. Alrighty. he's not going to pass. Whatever. You had your chance, buddy. "91 miles to go." Yep. 91 miles to the track. No, round trip it's a little over 300. It's like 140, 150, something like that each way, roughly. So by the time we get back, you know, with running around and all that, it's about 350 miles. So we're only another hour and a half out, something like that. Close to 2 hours, whatever. 2¼ miles, we'll be hanging right on Tom Green Street. Bluebonnets everywhere. No, another mile and change. Here I go looking. I was reaching for a clutch to downshift. I did it 2 or 3 times and got into a bit of a panic there for a second. I'm like, where the hell is my clutch? Oh yeah, that's right. There's no clutch. Woo, I can see again. Holy shit. Man, look at that off to the right. It is thick over there, boy. And we're going to be going kind of that direction too. Ain't that just dandy? Damn it. Hopefully it won't be straight into it. We'll find out. Yeah, you can move left if you need to. Go ahead. You never rode the Navi much. 3/4 mile. The name of the street is Tom Green. But you never rode the Navi much before I changed the sliders out. I don't know if you notice how much better it accelerates now with the sliders. It doesn't plateau out at 15 miles an hour like it used to. Half a mile. Whoops. Yep. Yeah, it used to bog down at like 14 or 15 miles an hour. Now it just pulls. Yeah, now it just stays steady and pulls all the way up to 45 pretty clean. Yeah, turning right here. Following 36. And a left. New Toyota. It's good looking. Almost Land Rover-esque, but not quite.
Yeah. Reminds me of those, what do they call it?
I guess it's our turn. Oh, yeah, yeah. Rolls Royce, yeah. Yeah. And 3/4 mile, we're heading left on Main Street up here. Following 36, I guess. Somewhere we link up to 71. I don't know where that happens. The top of my visor port does not seal, so I get drips coming down from the inner part of the seal inside the visor, dripping down my nose sometimes. It annoys the piss out of me. Something. My first SHOEI didn't do that. This second one does. I don't know if maybe the yeah, maybe a different visor, but what I'm wondering is if the pivots need to be loosened up and pulled back just a little bit so it puts more tension backwards on the shield. I don't know.
You're supposed to change the seal.
Well, these, no, I don't think you can change the visor seal on these, the faceport gasket or whatever they call it. I think you're just stuck with it because it's glued in. It's not something that comes out easily. Ugh. Yeah, like right here on the inner part of this part, I get drips just like hanging. I'll shake my head and I see them wobbling around waiting to drip on me. Look at this asshole just blowing that red so hard. It's red, dick. I know it is because ours is green, and it was before you got to the intersection, like 10 seconds before you got there. We're going left at this little street here, but I guess we can't because they're blocking it with a train. So we're gonna have to go past it and circle around. Yeah, just parking. No, just get moving fast enough, lay it down, slide right under, and keep on going. They do it in the movies. I've seen it done in cartoons.
Should work in real life, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go past it a couple streets and circle back. I guess that guy's not going because he can't. It's full, ain't going nowhere. Okay, so we're gonna go past it. We'll come up here and circle back to another street that is not blocked by a train. Where that's going to be, I don't quite know yet, but we'll try it. There's got to be something that goes that way. On the map, it looks like we can go up and around a couple blocks. Something's got to take us back to the left. I don't know if this street will do it. Want to try this one? Let's try this one. One of these will get us past those tracks somehow. We just have to get back to 36. Yeah, there's the trestle, so the tracks go over it. Yeah, well, it's yield. Yeah, we're yield. No arrow, no flashy. This should take us other side of the tracks, and then we just have to find a way to get back on 36. Yep. this is taking us where we want to go or not, but we'll keep following it. Looks like it's going to put us back on 36. Turning right. Yep. Oh shit, this is putting us on 290. Oh well. I guess we don't have any other choice. Let's get to a clearing and I'm gonna pull off and see if there's a way to route off of 290. I hate being on 290. It's such a fast highway. Pull off in one of these parking lots up here. Take a look. I much prefer the 71 side of things going in the south. Now I'm gonna pull off here. See if we can find another route. I do not want to go this way. That'll take us across 290. I do not want to take 290. It's 290 west. Well, maybe no. It's got us on 290 alternate. Is what this looks like. Shit. No, 36 is what we want. Right? I'm gonna look at where we're going. I don't want to take 290, damn it. How far do we have to go? Yeah, I'd much rather go across here. Where are we now? We're Brenham. It looks like this route was taking us north anyway. We would have had to cut over further south to avoid this. Yeah, alright, screw it. We'll just take it. We're going to go through Giddings.
You're not an arrow.
Don't have much choice. Yeah, there's not really another side highway that takes us, it doesn't look like. We could go way back south and come in 71, I guess, but we're backtracking quite a bit. It would add a lot to the route. I say we just tough it out.
Alright.
Let this truck go. Whoa, Jesus, dude. 65 through a intersection in a 40-mile-an-hour zone and just about to take everybody out in the way. I'm going to slow down a bit. Why don't you come around in front of me, because I've got the flashy blinky don't hit me light to warn traffic. So you... The flashing light? Huh. It was earlier. Strange. Yeah, I thought it was. I may have accidentally turned it off somehow. How strange. Okay, well, never mind. It's better for you to be around ahead of me, though, because that way I don't run open and leave you behind. So come on around. I'll slow down a bit, let you go. Are you riding the brake? Check your foot, your right foot. Let off. Lift your foot up. The brake light on that thing is flashing to beat the band. It's... Oh, now it's better. Yeah, so one of the brake switches was hanging. It was flashing. Weird. Oh, it might have been... Yeah, it might have been pushing on it. Yeah, now it's doing it again. Strange. So pushing down on the lever is causing it to flash? It's weird. I don't know. Hey, dry pavement. We're still getting rain on us. You keeping an eye on your fuel? Okay. Yeah, just watch as it starts getting down to that red line. You need to switch to reserve beforehand. Yeah, roll it. If you were looking at it from the side, from the left side, it would be clockwise. So roll it backwards towards you. Yeah, all the way up, 180 degrees. Giddings, 26 miles. Ooh, nice car. Check it out on the left. Windy. This is gonna suck. Uphill and against the wind. 45. and dropping. Woo. 44. I'm just pinned open, wide open. I could shift down to third, it might help, but 43. You're pulling away from me just slightly. So if you think this is a hill and against the wind, imagine trying to take that Navi over the Rockies. Woo! 20 miles an hour. Yep. .290 is surprisingly not that busy today. Normally it's just packed out here. Good for us. Yeah, it's just killing us, killing our top speed. This is what just brutalized Adrian and I on the Cannonball, was the headwinds across the open plains, the high plains. I mean, we get stuck at 38 to 40 miles an hour, and that's it. That's all we could do. Into 30 mile an hour headwinds, you know, it's like, well, this is the direction we're going. That's all we can do. Good luck. Penned open at 48 miles an hour. That's it. Crazy.
Carmine. Welcome to Carmine, Texas. Alright, we'll refuel that thing because it's been running on reserve for a bit. And we should have...
Leave it on.
No, kill it. We got enough shoulder here. Just don't step off too close on that side. Get over on the other side as soon as you can. Because these people are crazy and they don't pay attention to shit. Uh-huh, yeah. Shut this down and whew. Alright, I'm gonna get the fuel off of here while I can. Try not to get killed. Ooh, hands are all wrinkled up. Hey! I think it's filling. Yeah, I see it. Can't tell if it stopped or not. Must have. Nope, still going. Can't tell. Wow, cut it close enough, dickhead? Jesus Christ. There's a road over there, you know. A whole lane you can use. You see that guy? He was like halfway in the shoulder buzzing us for no fucking reason. What a complete shit stain. What a complete shit stain. A whole goddamn lane he can use, but no, he wants to buzz us just to prove that he's a tool. Okay. Exactly. That's some old steel case Russian shit that I need to dispose of. Ugh. You still have any in there? Can't tell. No, I can. There's a little bit in there. I'm gonna fill that in mine. Hang on. I can see it in there. It's hard down to the bottom, and it's not really ideal contrast out here. Oh, I've got one too, but I just need to pop the seat up. I'm gonna dump whatever's in here into my tank, and then we'll stop and fill up in a little while. Yeah, you've got your emergency reserve. I've still got a little bit of range left. I've got 2 dots, so probably a half tank. You want something to drink? I've got cold ice water in this thermos back here, and I'm about to pour off all that water. I don't need that water now because there's no fuel to balance it on the other side. That was filtered water from home, so. Alright, so whatever was in there is not anymore. Oh shit, where's the little red cap? Is it on your seat? 14 pounds of water here that I don't need. You want some? Okay. I'm going to dump it off. Want to wash your hands or anything? Okay. I probably won't dump it all. I'll dump like half of it. If I can see the level. Can I see the level? Level, 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 level. What is level spelled backwards? Level. Alright. That'll give us a little bit of washing up water. Just not quite so heavy. Okay then. Did you cap that up? No, I'll do it. I was going to say we could take the rain gear off, but that's not looking friendly up ahead, so chances are we're going to get wet again. Well, we must have just been barely ahead of all the traffic rush, because it's been busy as hell since we stopped. Yep. I mean, of course, we're not moving along with it anymore, but that's a lot more traffic than what we had been moving in. Getting up to speed will be fun. Have to run the shoulder, but watch out for debris and bullshit. Just wait for a little bit of a lull and alright, after this, yeah, let's get going and watch out for this car coming up behind us. So I'm going to pull out and block the lane. Yep. I don't know where this is, what little town this is. Abuelitos. Food truck. A lot of food trucks. It's a food truck corral there. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Butt's starting to finally hurt on this seat. I'll watch the light. It's not going to be red for long because the turn lane's going. Woo, look at the traffic coming the other direction. Damn. Glad we're not going that way. Yeah, it was all rusty. You're right. They've refinished it. Cleaned it up. Man, that traffic sucks. Bumper to bumper for miles. Quarter mile, turning right, 71. All right, rejoining you from the edge of Austin, so here somewhere, I don't know exactly where. We're on 71, headed in toward the track. Pardon me while I itch my wet, sticky forehead from being in this helmet in the rain. Yeah, so we stopped and refueled this little Navi twice on the road, and whatever was left out of that I put in here, and I'm at almost a half a tank or something like that. So we are about 30 minutes away from the track right now. Let's see what it says. Acquiring satellites. 23 miles, yeah, so about a half hour away at our speed, and it's rush hour right now, 4:30, so we're gonna be, yeah, getting in there right about 5-ish, 5:15, so right in the peak of rush hour. Hopefully it won't be too bad out there by the track, though. We'll find out. The fun part is going to be trudging through all the mud and finding a good camping spot out there. We'll see how that goes. Normally try to be here first thing in the morning or yesterday at this time. Thursday they let everybody in for the camping stuff. Did I tie everything down again? Yes, I did. Okay. Ah, my forehead's itchy from being wet. Ready?
My ears are like sore.
Yeah. What you use, the earplugs get me after a while.
Here.
All right.
Look at me.
Sync.
All right. Let's get the show on the road again.
All right, we'll jump out here and just continue on the access road for like 2 miles, I think it is. We shed our rain gear because we're wet underneath and ready to air out, and we don't need the rain gear now because it looks like we've kind of gotten past all the precip, so that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. And look at that timing. Beautiful. It is. It's close. I can see it. Yep. Yeah, it just rattles. It feels or sounds like it's open, but it's not. We should have shoved a couple spare pair of shoes or sandals or something down in the box on the Navi.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go over by Academy or something like that and get us something.
Stop by.
Yeah. Let's get to the track first and unpack and then wander around.
Stake out a spot first.
Yeah.
It's probably slim pickings right now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's probably full up. A lot of people get there Thursday night, and then all day today it's practice sessions and stuff, so people are getting there. And the one somewhat good thing about getting there late like this is we can pick around the RVs that have got generators running and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they have them running all night long.
Yeah, a lot of them do. 2.6 miles to 7121. What are we on now? We're on 71. We just bare left on whatever that junction is to 21. And then 21 takes us over to Elroy Road or whatever, and then we go in on Circuit of the Americas Boulevard. I don't remember if this takes us in the back way right by that convenience store or not. Yeah, well, the sign is the main road, but just before that is that back entrance that we used to be able to go in sometimes that had the convenience store right there on the corner, you know?
Oh, yeah. That's right. Kind of leads straight into that parking lot on the side.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And then that goes up and around the back side of the track right to Lot N, which is where we need to be.
Nice. How many miles away are we from the track?
22, it says.
Cool.
About a half hour, maybe more at this stop and go pace. More stop than go.
A lot more stop and go.
See if Kevin replied back yet. Nope. No other messages. My phone thinks that I've made 20,000 steps today. It says, congratulations, that's impressive. That's 9.78 miles. It's a lot further than that, but I ain't stepping, pal. Oh my God, this light sucks. How long have we been here?
Yeah. Finally.
What's that? Oh, I took my left one off so I could mess with my phone. It's in my jacket. I always shove them in my jacket now. I learned that lesson when I lost one of these gloves in the mountains on the way back from Cannonball in 21. I stuffed it under my leg, you know, and just don't lift up my leg, right? But we were going up a real steep incline around some semis, and I lifted my leg to stab the shifter and blew off. I was like, ew, shit. So then I had to wear my held air and dry, the waterproof gloves for the rest of the ride home, and it was hot. Whew. Oh man, another fucking red light. Damn. Take this other one off for now. The back of your raincoat is riding up as high as the top of your helmet. It's flying behind you. It's hilarious. The Caped Navi-man. Yep. Hard. Yep. That's a serious climb. I see it. He's fast. The wing makes it much faster, you know. Yep, we're pretty close. A couple miles out. 2.6. I think we're going to be turning in on that back road if it's open, if they got the gates open. We'll go in right there next to the convenience store and sneak in the back way. Otherwise we might have to go around the long main road, gate path, whatever. Hey, road's over here, man. You're on the shoulder. Yep. This guy doesn't know where the road is either. He's running down the middle of the shoulder in the main lane. Just take your half out of the middle there, buddy. Maybe he thinks he's a streetcar following the tram line. Who knows? .4 miles, home stretch. .7 Elroy Road. We're not turning there, we're going on. Quarter mile, so it'll be just past the bend here, I think, if I remember this right. The convenience store is just right around this bend or something like that. No, it says 0.1. It's this, huh? No, we're not, we can't turn in 400 feet, can we? No, keep on going straight. It's full of shit. It thought we were going to turn on that driveway back there. Yeah, this is the convenience store, right? So we can turn in there and see if that side gate is open. If it is, we sneak in the back way and avoid all the main alley traffic. But if not, then we're gonna have to come out here and join the fray. Yeah, so get on the shoulder and turn in. Oh, you're right. Yeah, turn in here. Hard right. You're right. They get a roller coaster. That's cool. I haven't been up here in a few years. For lot in, we can get in back here, right?
What's that?
Lot in for the dry camping, we can go back that way, right?
Lot in? Yeah, well, you're going to have to go down that road, and then you're going to have to take a left after that hill.
Oh, okay.
Left, and it's going to take you to lot N.
Oh, so there's a direct in now on the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
We used to go around the back side of the track to get up there.
Unless you can, unless you know the way there.
Yeah, we know the way if it's open. Okay, cool.
All right.
Yep. All right. I appreciate it. Thanks. Yep. Going in. Giant hole. Holy shit. Woo. Doesn't look like they've done a lot of road maintenance, at least not out here. Yes, it is. So there used to be an entrance. They don't have it open. We've already passed where it would. No, here it is. Here it is. This is it. But they don't have it open. Yeah, they don't have it open. Shizzle.
Yeah, that's the track stuff.
Yeah, this is where we. Yeah, this is where we used to go in. Was around the backside, so they don't have that open. Because that.
It's not locked up.
Well, we can ask this guy if he wants to let us in.
Where you guys trying to go?
Lot in the dry camping. We used to come in right through here and go up around the back, but they got it closed. So yeah. Thanks, man. All right, well, let's circle back around and we'll...
Ask him.
Okay. Hi, can I ask you a quick question? We used to come in this way to get to lot in and go right up around the back of the track there. Is there another entrance for the dry camping?
For lot in, let's see.
Lot in is on the north side of the track, way over there along the back main straight.
Yeah, if anything, I know that if you go down this road and then take a left,
Okay.
there's a lot T over here. If anything, if you're able to get into there, I believe it should just connect from the
Okay.
inside.
And you can't let us in here to go up this back road?
Unfortunately not.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Of course, appreciate y'all.
Yep. All right, so we'll just take this. We'll take this around and look for the lot E, because that's our normal path that we take right there. But they've got that closed off now. I haven't been here in a few years. Chugga-lugga, come on. Come on, CT, you can do it. Ooh. Now we got to turn across this shitty traffic on this road. This is going to suck. So wherever it was telling us to turn, I guess is where we needed to go. But you know, if this is too dicey, I say we just go to the main entrance. Let's do that. Let's go main entrance down there. This is going to be too much because we got to climb uphill here and there's too much traffic. I say fuck that. We're going to go in the main and just circle around the long way. All right, I'm going to hit it now. That guy's turning. Yeah, that's a big old roller coaster. Are they going to let us turn right to get in here? Put your signal on and let's see if they let us in. Yeah, we can turn in here. Looks like it's blocked, but it's not. Cool looking roller coaster. We'll have to come up here and ride. It looks like a suspended coaster. I can't tell though. Yeah, that rotates around and does all that. Fucking stop and wait your turn. Wow. 3 of them in a row, just blast right out in front of us, don't even slow down. You're coming to an intersection. I'm quite sure you do not have the right of way. This is the main thoroughfare. And there's another roller coaster. Check this shit out. Wow. They've been building. Yeah, man. They've been building. Looks like they got a lot more work to do here. They're building some kind of a, you know, structures here. Yeah, who knows? Formula 1's coming up later in the year, so they always do big stuff for that. Oh, and this goes over the bridge here. That's cool as shit. It'd be really cool if you're suspended going over that. That would be just badass. Oh man, it does. It rotates. That's a spiral. Holy shit! You spiral going over the bridge. That's gonna be cool. I wonder if it's in play. Oh, that's awesome, man. Okay, somewhere over here we cut across to get to N. We can try D. I know D or E, one of these let us in. It's not going to be this one. Let's go on down. Yeah, this is all new. Look at these 12-turn grandstands. Yeah. A lot has changed in 4 or 5 years. I'm going to ask this guy. He's trying to direct traffic, so we'll just go. Yeah, it's one of these. I know we turn in right in here past the RV, and it gets us to the dry lot back road. They've expanded the premium RV. It looks bigger than it used to be. 2 rows. It used to just be 1 row. Now it's 2 rows. 3. Yeah, I can't tell. It's got a lot of rows. H. Yeah, this looks like kind of where we go in. I'm going to ask this guy. Do you know where we can get to lot N, the dry camping? We used to kind of go over around through some of this, but I don't know. It's all changed so much.
Lot M?
N for dry camping.
You're going to go to the next entrance to the right and go all the way straight. It will take you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Here. Oh shit, we can't. Where the fuck do we get in, man? We're gonna go off-roading in a minute. Here it is, here it is. Yeah, they changed this stuff a lot. I can see the track access roads are no better than they used to be. Lot O, yeah, well I know N is on the other side of this, so we're going to keep going. Unless they've renumbered, relettered, I don't know. There she is, the track. All is quiet. I'm presuming everything is done for today. We missed whatever the hot laps were, but tomorrow morning we get to see qualifying and all that. Oh, God, this road's rough. Yeah, that's where I used to... Hey, watch out, big holes. That's where I used to sit, was over there, kind of up at the top of that. You gotta walk a long-ass way, though, from dry camping to get there. It's a 15 or 20 minute walk. No, they don't let you park next to the track. They didn't used to, anyway. They get mad about that.
I mean, like, out here, this road.
No, they don't let you park on this road at all. They've got track marshals that come out here and scoop people up, make sure they're not parking vehicles here. Now, you can stand outside the fence, but you can't bring a vehicle over here. That is dry camping, straight ahead, and I'm sure it's not very dry. Ugh. Yeah, this road has not gotten any better. There's Kevin. I see him with the truck. No, his with the K-truck and his bike on there. Do I need to check in with you, or we just go? Okay, I got you. Uphill, come on. There he is, filming us. Howdy. Is this where we check in for dry camping?
Yeah.
Okay.
You might want to get out of the middle.
Yeah, I'm gonna move over.
See your QR code? We just pulled up.
Hey, do y'all have any more of those flyers y'all are giving out?
Good, man. No,
Yeah.
I couldn't find this road on the GPS.
Looking for the COTA app. Let me find it.
Because people are asking us in the showers, and I don't know shit.
Everybody should have got one that came and checked in.
But I think it's some other people that came in the door or something.
My tickets.
I'll tape it on my calendar.
Okay.
Or I'll just have it so I can read it.
Weekend camping right there.
Camping.
Yeah, that's good.
Did you hear me? He has a weekend camping pass. Aaron Bartlett.
And there's no other first and last name. Did he buy it from somebody?
No,
Did he?
it's right here in the app.
Nah, it's in the app.
I bought it straight from COTA
You bought it
through
from
Ticketmaster.
Through Ticketmaster.
When did he purchase it?
When did you purchase the tickets?
3 months ago, 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
It's bites. I'm like,
Well, she already knows.
yeah, she gets down when I drive.
All right, boss.
We'll see you later.
I don't have it on my list.
Oh, I paid $400 for it, so.
Is that what?
And he can show you the QR.
Yeah, I see it straight from the app. I'm looking at it.
Well then, go ahead and just give him all the stuff.
Okay. All right.
So apparently there's a rule change. You're only allowed like one vehicle or two per pass or something.
Gotcha.
One goes on one vehicle, one goes on the other.
One goes on the toe. All right.
Yeah. Rules and regulations.
All right.
Schedule. Happy hour. Wristbands.
Happy hour.
6 to 8. Live music. Free drinks.
Hell yeah. All right.
So what do we do?
So, are you planning to take that down?
Yeah, we're gonna camp. That's my camper.
Yeah, he's my tow vehicle.
So, that's gonna be yeah, you're gonna need two more.
For what?
For the bikes, the extra vehicle.
What extra vehicle? Oh shit. Are you using that while you're here? The bike on the back?
The truck is gonna stay here. It's my camper.
Right. I'm talking about the motorbike.
Yeah.
The bike.
well,
Yeah, we're gonna be tootling around and going in and out to get food and all that.
As long as that doesn't move, put them on the bike, you're good.
Cool. All right.
yeah. So the truck is. Staying
So
here.
you wanna stick that on the bike or on the
We're
camper?
still gonna need a third one. 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah, we'll sort it out.
Oh, you gotta pay for that third one then.
All right.
Yeah, if you're not on the list, you gotta pay for it.
I'll pay it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on the list. We got tickets, so.
Wait,
We got
what's
tickets
this?
for
What's up?
everybody.
Wait.
That's what I'm saying. You need
I'm gonna lose these.
Here, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's spin it around. Where do we go in? Where do we just straight back the line?
Right that way.
Okay, cool.
You gotta buy one first.
What's that?
You gotta buy one.
How? What do you mean?
Oh, he can pay for it here. He has to have a sticker just like y'all do.
Okay, so how do we buy one? Because I bought a dry camping for my spot, and we've got tickets to the track. So what's the limitation on the spot? The spots are big enough to hold an RV. We're not as big as an RV.
Right, but they want every individual vehicle registered and stickered. That's the thing.
Okay, so how do we do that?
I need a credit card.
How much?
$80.
How much?
80.
80 for a scooter.
Because if not, they're giving out, if they catch anybody, they're giving out $1,500 fines. If you're not stickered.
Not if I paid for a spot that holds the vehicles, so.
Check the fine print on your thing. Like the.
There was no fine print. There was no fine print when I purchased it.
You bought 2 tickets, right?
I bought a dry camping spot, and there was no limit to the number of bikes that we could put on it. So it's always included. It's always included a dry camping spot with a tow vehicle, and people bring like 9 motorcycles with them. Yeah.
When you buy a spot, you end up getting for 2 vehicles. You know what I mean? The camper. If it's not a camper, then it'll be for your other.
Right, but how it's always worked is it's the tow vehicle, and then whatever the camper, and people bring all these pit bikes and everything anyway.
No, if they do, they gotta register all of them.
All the pit bikes.
Yeah, if they're gonna be used around
That
here.
wasn't in the fine print.
Yeah.
They're not notifying anybody about that when they purchase it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can always get a refund if we need to.
All right.
Yeah.
So what are we doing now?
I got a third one.
Okay, all right. So we've all got.
They charge you for everything now. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they need to let people know that shit before they purchase. So.
Yeah, right.
So, do you have the other ones, Kevin? You got all 3. Okay, all right.
You got 2.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Let's circle around that way. What a clusterfuck. Yeah, changing the rules after people have already paid $400 fucking for a little stamp of dirt. That's bullshit. And then $80 an extra vehicle? What are you talking about?
Just charge it back.
I probably will. I'll probably just refuse the charge. That's bullshit. Because you look at this, you see all these people that have got RVs, and they've got 2 or 3 little, pit bikes and stuff like that. It's a motorcycle race. That's what everybody does. You bring pit bikes to run around the track, and now they're saying you got to pay $80 for each one of them? Yeah, I don't fucking think so. They're just going to strangle out the fun of this, and yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know where we want to go. I say we go down to the other end, the opposite end over there, because that's closer to the walk-in entrance for the track, and then we'll see what we get. Those don't have stickers. They didn't pay $80 each. And yeah, exactly. And all these bikes, yeah, bullshit. They're fucking lying. They're just fleecing people. Yeah. Just deny the charge, assholes. I already paid $400 fucking to come here and park on your grass. I'm not paying 80 more bucks. Suck my left nut and choke on the hair. All right, so up that line, the entrance is right over here. At least it used to be. Let's see if we find where the walk-in entrance is, and then we'll find a decent spot to set up where it looks like we might have some other like-minded people. So if we were to pull in with an RV and have all of our bikes with us, whatever, they wouldn't even know.
Exactly.
Cunts. See, he's got a mini bike. I don't see a sticker on it.
Yep.
These fucking assholes. Okay, so we got what looks like tent line here. Do we have numbers? Let's stop and ask Kevin. Stop over here and ask Kevin. Wave him to come around. There were no numbers or like so it's just open.
I have no idea.
This is the most disorganized bullshit. Last time they would lead you in and find, you know, tell you which spot.
Require of park passengers designated camping area only. Guess we not access other parts of the active. No. Permitted to have up to 6 overnight visitors.
Right. And they're not going to pay $80 a fucking parking tag either. That's some bullshit.
Quiet hours 11-7. No glass in the area. All RV and tow vehicle parking passes must be displayed in plain view upon entering the RV park.
Yeah, but that's just RV and tow vehicle. But the overnight visitors doesn't say they have to pay. These guys are just fleecing people. They're just stealing money. Did you say here they were saying, he said $1,500 or $15,000 fine? Oh, go fuck your hat. Yeah, you're going to get that, not.
All RVs must be self-contained, okay, whatever.
Yeah. So.
Up tents under 400 square feet.
Right.
Securely attached to the ground in your assigned space are permitted.
But what is our assigned space? And is there anything on there?
Scaffolding, no. Awnings, no. No reserving unoccupied spaces. All dog parks must be registered and assigned a cart number upon entering the property. Registration stickers are $150 per cart.
Cart? What's a cart?
So everybody's got a little moped that they snuck into the back of their...
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. We saw all kinds of, you know, little mini bike, lawnmower powered.
Carts with no registration sticker found outside of its permitted area or parked anywhere other than the designated golf cart parking areas will be fined a $1,500.
$1,500. Fuck you. See if you get a dime. So they're talking carts though, like golf carts. Yeah, no.
Scooters is included.
All right, so we need to figure out where we want to park. Why don't you pull forward a little bit? We're blocking too much of the road. We need to find wherever we want to go.
Let's find a flatter spot.
Yeah, let's find something that looks calm. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's all clay and shit, but, you know, it doesn't matter. We have to walk all the way down this, and the entrance used to be right here, kind of at the end of this road, a little bit to the left, to get in.
Go up there and see if there's any spots. Oh, we can both go up there.
And we've got a third ticket. I don't know if you bought a general admission ticket, but I've got 3.
Buy any admission tickets.
Okay, I've got yours then.
I'm gonna go look ahead.
All right. We need to look around for other tents, you know.
There's more on the far side over there.
Yeah, but that means we gotta walk a long ass way.
Maybe there or somewhere in here?
Yeah, well, we want to get far enough away from all the RVs that are running generators and stuff, so
Where's the outhouses?
I usually look for
Let's go near the outhouses.
Well, that's not a bad spot. You just get a lot of foot traffic coming to buy your tent. But what I usually look for are other congregations of tents, because then you're not going to get a lot of noisy generators.
That way or this one?
Huh?
Where are the outhouses?
It was that black screened in thing that we just passed back there.
Let's see what's near there.
Okay. Yeah, this is RV Alley. We don't want to be over here. It's going to be noisy with all the generators. I say just a little bit further down the hill, here's all the mud and the shitters. And I mean, this right here is where I used to sit, was in this spot or that spot. But we get
Down over there, we've got more tents and stuff.
yeah, that way, and then over here. Yeah, I don't know what spot we want to do. What do you think?
Past this camper here with a wood drawing on it, there's a bunch of tents over there.
Yeah, yeah,
Want to go look at it?
sure. It's going to be a little soft. Watch out. I don't know how well those tires do in it. I've got knobbies. Yeah, somewhere in this area looks pretty good. I say we just go right here. Yeah, this is good. This is good enough. We got a lot of other tent folk over here. It's muddy, but you know, it's going to be muddy everywhere.
There's a pretty good spot right up there.
You want to go back that way?
No, right here. Here. Let me park on it.
Higher up, you mean? Back up the hill or what?
Right here, yeah. Pretty flat.
That's flatter and it's got grass, so it won't be quite as muddy. All right, come on through. Ooh, I'm in second gear. First helps. Yeah, this is soft. I'm digging in good. Yeah, you've got to be on fumes. Yep.
Setting up on my bed.
No, I'm not stuck. What?
I'm setting up on the back of the truck.
Oh, this is true. Do you want your head that way or head this way? It won't matter. You can spin it around, but generally you want your head above your feet so you don't get a headache. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We'll just set up right over in here. I'm gonna pull up, get kind of more on the grass or the gravel, so the bike isn't in the way. Yeehaw. Okay, don't roll back. Don't drop it. Don't roll back, dang you.
Okay, taking off my stuff.
Yep. Okay. You know what I forgot to bring? Hat. All the shit that I packed, I left my hat sitting on the table. So we're gonna have to buy, or I'll have to buy a COTA hat. You know, you could have turned this thing around.
tired. Already think that's solid. Play. Okay. So, back time.
I was gonna bring drug spray to keep the ants away.
I've got some, like, gnat mosquito spray, but
Now, figure out if it
Oh, excellent. Oh, and food. Nice.
Yeah, I know that. All right, enjoy, guys. Have fun.
You'll get there. Might be slow and painful, but you'll get there.
You got a message, Mark, telling that he's here for an overnight test.
Yes. He's coming in his truck, he said. He's going to ride the Silverwing or something down here, but he had to be to work on Monday or whatever and said it's going to be too tight, but so he wasn't going to come at all. And then he messaged me back saying, I'm just going to drive the truck down there and sleep with you guys Saturday night. That's cool. Nice diet. Nice diet, man. What's this? I'm not coming clean. Oh, I think Oh, I see. You were using the other thing. I didn't realize or remember that this had steak came with it.
All right, we're headed out to grab some dinner. Kevin found a good place that he is recommending in the Austin area, so we're going to ride about, I don't know, 15 miles into town or 20 miles, whatever it is, but we got to stop and get fuel for this thing because we just put the emergency rations in the tank. Yeah, make sure you're on reserve, up. Rotate all the way backward. Yeah. Yeah, it's cold-blooded right now because it's been sitting, but yeah, that thing was on fumes. So, all right, off we go. I can't push that thing uphill. This is really uphill. Come on. There we go. All right, then. See if my battery's still charged up. Yep. Yeah, you're getting skinny, man. Okay, hit it. You go. I'll follow behind you. Oh, what do we need that for? We don't need the wristbands for getting back in. Yeah, we don't need it to get back in, though. He was just looking at happy hour, I think. I don't want to drink anything until we get food. And I'm riding anyway, so, you know. Whoa, don't roll into me. You rolled back and I about clipped you. Alright, well, we'll head out. We can get out either side. We can go back out the way we came in, which is straight ahead that way. Yep. Okay. Alright, so we're going to miss happy hour tonight, unfortunately. Yeah, we're slinging crap everywhere. Wait till we get up to speed. I'm going to be getting it in the back of the legs and everything. Alright, well, this battery's going to be toast very soon, so I'm going to shut it down. We'll check back in with you at the dinner table. Yeah, well, that's like a, I don't know, it was a $10 or $12 LED off of Amazon. The cheapie. I'm surprised how bright it is. I'm impressed. That's a cool looking sunset. Yeah, we can do 50. We just can't do a whole lot above 50. Well, I can block the lane over here if you need to get over, but I'm one car back.